stop. No destination, but it's worth a shot. You gotta let me know. You gotta let me know. You gotta let me know.
Good morning. Today we're going to try out this BeDEWzzled Serum Primer from Kleancolor. There are some moisturizer thingies in there, but not enough for me to consider that to be a moisturizer by itself. So I'm going to throw on my grapeseed oil. Okay, let's let that sit for a moment. While I'm waiting, I'm going to wet my sponge. I'm still using witch hazel to wet it instead of water. And yeah, my sponge is not clean today, but that's because it's the same sponge I used yesterday. I'm using the same foundation, so I figure that is fine. Okay, so I let that set in a little longer than I was planning. I had some blah 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 blah. You don't need to know all that. Okay, so again, this is the BeDEWzzled Serum Primer. First ingredient is water, which is always good. Second ingredient is glycerin, which kind of has moisturizing properties, but the reason why I decided to discount that because the next one is denatured alcohol. And then betaine. Not betadine, but betaine. I don't know. Then there's honey extract.
Sodium polyacrylate. A whole bunch of crap I can't pronounce. I'm not even going to try to. And they get into more stuff that I can pronounce, like rosemary, blah, blah, blah.
But anyway, it has honey extract in it and little gold flakes. And it's a thicker formulation than the Prime and Chill Beauty Oil from Kleancolor. So I just wanted to give it a try and see how that works. I'm just going to put a little bit right there first, see how it feels. Yeah, it feels very primery, but not really silicone-y, but just primery. Like not oily. But kind of like the Benefit Professional, not the regular one, but the blue creamy gel one, which I'm actually not too big of a fan of. But it feels like that, so I don't know. Feels like it's lightweight, non-greasy. Doesn't have a smell that I can tell. I'm gonna let that sit for a moment. Okay, again, I let that sit for a bit. I'm going to pre-powder. So I've got my RCMA No Color Powder. I'm not concealing. It's just an extra step and an extra layer that I just don't feel like dealing with these days. Well, I should say this week, so who knows. I might be back to concealing next week. Okay, so I got my dusting of powder on. Oh, I forgot my eye primer. I'm going to use this Naked Eye eyeshadow base from Black Radiance. No particular reason, just I know I haven't used it in a while and I've been using the same one for the last couple of weeks, so why not just put on something different today. Okay, so that stuff, I haven't had it very long, but it sure dries out fast. And there's a big chunk right there. It's not nearly as smooth and as creamy as it used to be. Whatever, meh. It'll still work fine as, you know, a base and a highlight, but just not for regular color because it's just, that was way too messy. So let's go in with some foundation. I'm going to use the Angola by Juvia's Place. I'm going to use that as my primary, like my base for my whole face. It's a pretty good match. I'm also going to be using the shade Tanzania to highlight. Now we've got Tanzania, which is shade 205. Angola was 140. This is 140. This is 205. I got a little more than I planned. Whatever. And I'm just using that like for highlighting purposes, but you know, it's not as heavy as a traditional concealer. And I already had the shade anyway, and it matches with, like, you know, the rest of my skin kind of. You know, kind of. I think it's one of the various shades of skin I have on me. So I figured it'd be good to highlight. Actually, let's make that highlight even highlightier. This is 240. This is shade Lagos. This one's a bit yellow on me, but I'm only going to use it under my eyes. Yeah, that just makes things a little bit brighter. Since I'm trying out a new primer, I don't want to change too much up in my routine. The foundation I don't consider a change because I have been wearing this foundation all week. But to make sure I stick with one of my tried and trues, this is my Ben Nye Pretty Pink Powder. I use that to set my highlight. And I have used this foundation as highlight a couple days this week too, so I know that won't affect the behavior of the primer. If it does, I'll know, because I only put it in the highlighty areas. You know why I bother with a towel? Look at that. Whatever. Okay, now I'm gonna put on some eyeshadow. This one from Kleancolor in the shade Fame. Well, I guess this mirror is good if you're looking to be precise and just looking directly at just your eye to put it on. Of course, you can't get an overall look and feel and check to make sure both areas are even. But seriously, I've got like this much of my eye in the mirror. If I hold it any further back, I can't see. Yeah. I don't know. Seems like a nice color, nice texture. I don't know, just a little inconvenient with that mirror, but you get so much powder in there. So that's gonna be my main color. I'm gonna go into Olive by Coastal Scents. This is just a matte shade. My lid color, I've decided I'm gonna use some sort of brown. I don't think I've actually used Timeless Taupe for much of anything because it looks pretty unused, so we're gonna use Timeless Taupe today. And I know this is messy, but I was trying to but so that one's Timeless Taupe. I feel like that's a bit subtle. I mean, it is taupe, it's not truly a brown, it's like a gray brown, brown gray. Let's see what happens when I wet my brush. Still kind of subtle. So I think I'm just gonna let it be subtle instead of putting another matte brown on it. And I'm going to, I don't know, add some life somehow. That is Caramel Ice by Coastal Scents. This one, which is Prosecco by AOA Studios. Well, that doesn't even barely do duty. That's not what I was expecting. Then we have this shade called Soul, also from AOA Studios, which is the Shop Miss A brand. Okay, maybe it's just my hand, I don't know. Actually, even though it doesn't show up very well, at least from what I can see in the mirror, I do like that middle one, Prosecco. I hadn't decided if I was going to do inner corner or outer corner. Let's put it in the middle. Not as impressed as I thought I was going to be, but it's fine. Well, I really don't know what I was looking for anyway, so I guess that's fine. No, I wanted something more lively. Stronger, we'll call it stronger. Okay, I'm gonna try Caramel Ice in the center of what I just put in the center. If that makes sense. That ain't it. Taking Spring Fever by Coastal Scents. When I clean up this wave of destruction, I think I will be alright. So let me dust off my bake. I'm gonna contour real quick. Throw on some blush. We're gonna use Passion Purple by Ben Nye. Meh. And then we're going to powder my face the way I normally do with the Ben Nye Nutmeg powder. I hope the reflection from my mirror isn't a problem in the video. I just thought about it now. I have been trying to keep it out of the way, but I just didn't realize that, you know, it might actually be causing a problem. My other mirror has been broken for a while, and the tape is starting to come off. So I went back to using one of my mirrors that doesn't have cracks in it, but it is double-sided, and so I just haven't had a chance to cover it properly. Okay, I'm going to clean out some of the powder from my brows before I set with my RCMA No Color powder. Now I'm going to use my RCMA No Color powder. I'm going to let that sit for a moment. Put on some lip primer. Whoa! My lip primer came out of the tube. Okay, so I put on some lip primer. My alarm went off during that time, so I think the camera's back in the right spot. I don't know. And I'm gonna line my lips with something. So I'll try this new Black Heart shade that I got from Kleancolor. I think it says matte waterproof, yeah, 12-hour. I thought it said 24, but it's 12-hour. Liquid-like lip pencil. It's not very dark for being a shade called Black Heart. I'm going to use this shade, also by Kleancolor, in the shade Y2K. Just at my Cupid's bow, and then in these bottom corners. Okay, now I'm going to brush off my powder. I don't know why, but I feel like my powder hasn't been brushing off as well lately. Brush out the brows again. Spray with rosewater. Now I'm going to highlight with Ghost Lights from Revolution. This is the Hollow Duochrome Lip Gloss by Lottie London. I guess the shade is called Shade. Seems weird, but whatever. I guess that works. Throw on some black lip liner from, not lip liner, black eyeliner. This is the one from M Cosmetics, EM. And now I'm going to use the, well, actually, let my face sit for just a smidge. I don't want my eyeliner to run all over the place. Okay, now I'll spray my face. This is the Pro Fix from Revolution. Well, you can tell I sit in my car at lunch. This side of me is getting a lot browner than this side. Maybe I gotta start turning my car the other way. Well, then it still has to go through the passenger side. I don't like direct sunlight, so I'm not gonna sit out there in full-on tan just to even myself out. But I do like this brown. I'll figure it out. When I have been wearing my neon green kitty glasses with my name all week, so I figure it's time for me to switch back out and wear something else. And since I'm doing a more responsible adult look, I will wear one of my other new pairs of glasses, which I don't think I've shown all 3 pairs of my new glasses. But this is my, I need to clean the lenses, but they're green and they're pretty. Wear those. Or this pair is also super cute. Oh, no, I think that makes me look gray. So, not that pair today. So we're gonna go with these ones. I need to clean them really bad. Or maybe it's just that I look a little ghosty today. I don't know, I wasn't really thinking about doing a check-in since it was just a primer, but maybe I will check in later, because I know once my oils come through, that helps with the powderiness of everything. So I know I won't look like this in a few hours. And my daughter's hair was all over the strap of my shirt, so sorry for that, gross. My daughter has really long hair, and apparently it gets on everything. I did not realize it was there. But, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so maybe I will check in a few hours, just so we can see how it looks after the white cast has gone down on my powder. It's funny, when I get a white cast, it makes me look ashy, of course, but then also it makes it look like things might be too dark, even if they're not too dark, just because the contrast between my skin tone and the powder. I didn't want to wear this scarf, but I think all my scarves are in the wash right now. So it looks like I'm wearing this one today, which I guess it kind of goes. Even though I'm not even committed to this shirt yet. I might be changing shirts, depending on how it looks when I stand up, which you guys won't be seeing because you don't need to see that. Okay, and that helps kind of disguise the fact that I need to dye my roots. I mean, it's not like I'm trying to pretend like green is my natural hair color, but I still think my roots are getting a little out of control. As you can see, where it goes from black to brown to green. So it's time for another, at least dye, but hopefully I'll get around to bleaching and dyeing. So that's what we got going on for now. Hopefully I will check in later to show that I don't, well actually I don't know, I look ghosty back here too and I didn't put any powder here. Maybe it's just crispy from the sun. Okay, I don't know. Maybe it's just dryness. Let's try, this is the Hyaluronic Fix from Revolution. That one's supposed to pull in moisture, right? Hydrating and plumping makeup fixing spray. I don't know why I was expecting an instant watch. change, but no, I think something will, yeah. I'll check in later, bye. Okay, so we're at about 11 and a half hours. Oh, we're at 11 and a half hours, and I don't know, I think the primer is fine. Yeah, I like the way it applied makeup over it. It didn't see, I mean, I just like the texture of it a lot. I don't think there's anything special about it. I mean, I would buy it again though because it's Kleancolor and it's cheap. I didn't break out, obviously. And I don't know, I think, oh, let me turn on this light. So I think, like, if you're looking at this side of me, my foundation looks a little deep. If you look at this side, along with, you know, this darker part of my arm, you can see that, you know, it's a pretty decent match. If you bring my hands, maybe. So I do think I like the foundation shade. I just gotta figure out why, lately more so than usual, my RCMA no color setting powder has been making me look ghosty. Usually I put it on, dust it off, do some rose water, and I'm fine, but hasn't been the case for the last week or two. Not sure why. Doesn't matter what foundation I'm using. So I'm thinking it might be that brush. Might go back to using the powder puff. I don't know. But that's it. Bye.